I have been a fan of yours for as long as I can remember. I mean, I don't remember not being a fan of yours. All my life I used to dress up like Cyndi Lauper for Halloween.
For Halloween?
For Halloween. For Halloween every year, and then finally my mom would let me do it. I was really young at first, but I mean, I've been a fan forever.
I've seen
it's
the
an honor
pictures.
to meet you.
How you doing?
Well, thanks for being on our show.
Oh, you're welcome.
Speaking of the whole look, what's it like to have so many kids dressed like you?
I mean, it was.
So I know you were one of the trendsetters of the '80s.
At first, it was a real. I mean, it's very flattering. Then you start to see versions of yourself, and you start to see yourself the way other people see you, which is not exactly how you saw yourself in the mirror. And, but it's quite interesting. I kind of viewed it as I do today when people all dress a certain way. There's a certain mindset that went along, and it became like a uniform. And just like today, you can go into the clubs and there's a whole group of people that dress a certain way, and they're called like surf boys, or and I think it's an interesting cultural phenomenon. Personally, it made me think twice about just how much jewelry I was actually applying, and
Did you set out, to be strictly a musician, or did you really have a plan? I guess maybe not a life plan per se, but did you always know this is where you wanted to end up?
I still don't know if this is where I want to end up, but I wanted to. I've always wanted to sing, always, and. There was, it was so dramatic always about it. Why do you live? Why do you, how can you live and not sing? That's about where it came down to for me.
You have a young son now.
Yes.
How does he travel with you on the road? How has that changed?
Mini me? Well, he has. He's hanging in there. He's traveling with me 2 weeks as opposed to the 1 week with me and 2 weeks away, because his father, my husband, is filming an independent movie in California, and he's away right now. So, I think it's great that he's surrounded with musicians, and I think it's great that he loves music. The packing and unpacking, the sleeping on the bus and all that stuff, that's rough for him. But I think that it's good. I hope that he'll remember some of this.
Yeah, and it's an interesting life for him. I mean, it's a good opportunity. He will get to meet and see lots of people.
And hear the music. I mean, I traveled with him when I was pregnant, so...
So he's heard it?
Yeah.
Pre-birth.
Always. Yeah.
Your music's always been, especially in the performances, it's had a social consciousness to it. The participation in We Are the World and the Berlin Wall concert. What are your memories when you think back to when you taped the We Are the World track? What do you think of first?
I was very upset about my hair.
Oh, really?
I had just finished doing something that was like a lifetime achievement for myself. I was working with this woman, Pat Birch, on the American Music Awards, and she was a choreographer. She is a choreographer, but she was also really great. She was worked with Martha Graham for years and really understood performance art. And together we put together this thing for the American Music Awards, and I actually talked Dick Clark into letting me do this, which God bless him that he did. We built a shoe piece, all of these shoes that we found. And we worked with the carpenters, and we built the set made of shoes. And everything was gray, except for the paint that I was painting. So we worked out a thing where I would be painting, singing, and dancing at the same time, like performance art.
Mm-hmm.
And the only color that was used was the paint. I was dressed, my makeup was black and white, my clothes was black and white, except for my hair, which is the color of the paint. Hence, which is like, what is the brightest thing in that picture will always stand out to me, that orange and red, you know, that orange and yellow. And I had, it was flaking. And so I was a little upset because I wanted to wash my hair, but we never did. We just stayed up all night and went there.
Yeah. The world.
Yeah. You know, I got there and I started crying when everybody was together, and it was very moving. And it was one of the most remarkable things. I thought it was incredible. And, you know, and then standing in that inner circle thing and watching everybody sing.
That energy coming off of it.
Yeah, but it was an amazing thing. All these voices, and each one very particularly different from the next. And then by the time it got to me, I didn't even know what I was doing anymore. I was just, you know, I was lost in it, and I, you know, I went for it, and then they told me my jewelry was clanging. So they had to take my jewelry off.
Oh, is that? Oh, my earrings. Oh, sorry.
One quick thing before you go, your acting career, which has been very successful.
I don't know. Ironically, it's been, you know, I've never chased after it
You have an
too
Emmy.
much.
Yeah,
I have an Emmy
that.
though. I know, it's wild. Well, I think that if I'm around the right group of people, and the writing is great, like it was on that show, I think that I would have turned into Flipper for them because they were so great to me, and it was easy. Like if I had a problem, I could ask about it, and they would explain it to me. You know, it wasn't. I don't do well in situations where it's just, you know, this is the way we do. You know, it's like I've been to Catholic school. I've been, you know, it's like a military academy. It's not. I don't want to go to work and feel like that too. So it was a different kind of situation with Paul Reiser's show. I was just blessed with that situation, and it made me think twice because you know, I was killing myself in music for so long, and I won an Emmy, and I was like, oh my God, what is God trying to tell me? Or, you know, I have it right next to my Grammy.
Yeah, so that's a good couple there.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for talking with us. It's been
Oh yeah, it's actually a great. I mean, you got me at a weird time, so I feel very sedate. You know, because like in 20 minutes or so, I'm gonna have to turn into something else. No, I don't know. It's very energetic show. It's a fun bill.
All right, well, we're gonna be out there watching, so I look forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Bye bye.